Imagine a simple waitress working hard to support her family. On what seemed like an ordinary day, something unexpected happened. A world-famous billionaire walked into her restaurant. But what came next left everyone around her speechless. Upon seeing the total of the bill and a special detail, tears streamed down her face. This is a story that will move you and make you believe that even the simplest moments can change a life forever. Did you know that Elon Musk, one of the richest men in the world, was once known for his acts of generosity? This story, which could be just another among many, reveals a deeply human side of the billionaire who is often remembered for his grand projects. Get ready to hear a story that combines surprise, emotion, and the reminder that acts of kindness can come from where we least expect them. Maria, a 27-year-old waitress, worked in a simple restaurant located in a busy urban area. She was known for her warm smile and the attention she gave to each customer, but behind the friendliness was a woman facing daily challenges. Maria was a single mother to a 6-year-old boy, Pedro, and she struggled to keep her bills balanced while dreaming of a better future for her son. The day had started like any other. Maria put on her worn uniform and left home early, leaving Pedro with his grandmother. On the way to work, she mentally reviewed her expenses, the overdue rent, her son's school, and the debts piling up at the local market. Despite this, she held on to the hope that better days were coming, even if she couldn't yet see how. The restaurant where Maria worked was frequented by people from different backgrounds. While some were regular customers from the area, others were just passing through. Maria knew how to handle everyone with the same dedication. "Treat every customer as if they were unique," her boss would say, and she took that phrase seriously. That afternoon, Maria had a strange feeling, something she couldn't explain. The traffic was normal, but the weight of the daily routine pressed down on her. Her colleague Anna noticed her pensive expression and asked, "Are you okay, Maria? You look worried." Maria replied with a smile, trying to mask it. "Just thinking about life, but everything will be fine." It was in this context that something different happened. When the restaurant door opened, a strange silence filled the room. A man entered, accompanied by two discreet people, possibly security. He wore simple clothes, nothing that drew much attention, but there was something about his presence that dominated the atmosphere. Maria recognized him immediately. It was Elon Musk. The entire restaurant seemed to freeze. People whispered, amazed to see one of the richest and most famous men in the world here, in such an ordinary place. Maria, however, maintained her professional demeanor. While other waitresses hesitated, she decided to serve that table. Despite a slight nervousness, Elon Musk, contrary to what many might imagine, was polite and reserved. He ordered a simple dish and a glass of water, always thanking with a slight smile. Maria noticed that despite being one of the most powerful people in the world, he seemed incredibly calm and unpretentious. As she served the table, Maria couldn't help but think about the surreal nature of the situation. What is someone like him doing here, she wondered. But at the same time, she felt she needed to treat him like any other customer. And that's exactly what she did. With kindness and professionalism, she attended to the table as she did with all the others. While Elon and his team spoke in low voices, Maria stepped back, but she couldn't avoid the questions that raced through her mind. Was he there by chance? Or was there some greater purpose behind this unexpected visit? When he finished his meal, Elon Musk asked for the bill. Maria, without hesitation, went to the counter, registered the order, and brought the paper to him. She handed him the bill with a shy smile and said, "I hope you enjoyed the meal." He thanked her with a simple gesture and began writing something on the bill. At that moment, Maria stepped back to give him space, but her eyes couldn't help but notice the movement of his pen on the paper. What was he writing? A simple signature? Or something more? When Maria returned to the table to collect the bill, she realized that Elon Musk had discreetly left. He left the payment in cash along with the bill. Without imagining what she was about to discover, Maria picked up the bill and the money to take them to the cashier. But when she looked closer, something caught her attention. On the bill, in addition to the meal's total, Elon had left a tip, and it wasn't an ordinary tip. Maria's eyes widened as she saw the amount written next to the total. It was a surreal number, something she would never expect in her entire life. He left nothing less than $10,000 as a tip, more than she would earn in months of work. For a few seconds, Maria stood still, unable to comprehend what had just happened. Her colleague Anna noticed the expression on her face and asked, "Maria, what is it? Are you okay?" But Maria couldn't respond. Her hands trembled as she held the bill. It was as if time had stopped. Looking closer, she saw that Elon had left a handwritten message on the back of the bill. The message read, "Thank you for the excellent service. Never underestimate the impact you have on people. Keep spreading kindness." These words, simple yet filled with meaning, were the last straw for Maria. Tears began to flow down her face as she held the bill and the money. In that moment, all the weight of the difficulties she faced seemed to dissipate, if only for an instant. Anna and the other employees began to gather around, curious to know what had happened. When Maria explained what Elon Musk had done, the entire restaurant was in shock. Some employees didn't believe it immediately, but upon seeing the bill and the money, they became equally emotional. Maria, still not fully believing it, replied, I think so. This feels like a dream." Meanwhile, the restaurant customers, who had noticed Elon Musk's presence earlier, started commenting on the situation. Someone murmured, "I heard he does things like this from time to time, but I never imagined I would see this up close." Another customer added, "This just shows that he is not just a billionaire, but also a person with a big heart." Maria's surprise quickly turned into gratitude. For her, that gesture was not just about the money, it was about the message behind it. In a moment when she felt overwhelmed by life's difficulties, an unexpected person appeared and reminded her of her worth. But the impact of Elon Musk's gesture didn't stop there. The story began to circulate quickly among the customers and soon made its way to social media. One of the customers who was at the restaurant that day made a post recounting what had happened and praising both Elon's generosity and Maria's dedication. "Today, I witnessed something that deeply moved me," the post read. A dedicated waitress received an unexpected gift from Elon Musk, who recognized her kindness and hard work. It is a reminder that we never know the impact we can have on other people's lives. The post went viral within hours, with thousands of people sharing and commenting. Many highlighted Elon Musk's human side, while others identified with Maria's story and felt inspired by her dedication and resilience. Maria, for her part, was in shock with all the attention she received. She never imagined that a regular workday could turn into something so extraordinary. But more than that, she felt grateful to be reminded that her daily efforts did not go unnoticed. Maria was still processing what had happened when the restaurant's phone began to ring incessantly. Local journalists and curious onlookers who had seen the story on social media wanted to know more about Elon Musk's generous gesture. What was supposed to be a regular workday quickly turned into something much bigger. People began to show up at the restaurant, some just to meet the waitress who had been blessed by such an unexpected gesture. However, despite the buzz around the situation, Maria tried to stay calm. For her, what mattered most was not the fame or the attention, but the opportunity that gesture represented. After a long shift filled with questions and curious patrons, she finally found a moment to breathe and reflect on what she would do next. As she walked home, Maria thought about how that amount could change her life and Pedro's. With $10,000, she could finally pay off her debts, catch up on overdue rent, and maybe even start saving for the future. But at the same time, she felt pressured to make the right decision. This is more than just money, she thought. It's a chance to start over. That night, Maria put Pedro to bed and sat at the kitchen table, where she spread out the bills she needed to pay. Each piece of paper seemed like a reminder of her daily struggles. As she looked at them, she began to cry again, but this time they were tears of relief and gratitude. The next day, something even more surprising happened. The restaurant received a direct call from Elon Musk's team. They wanted to know if Maria would be available for an interview with Elon, who wanted to hear how she was using the tip and the impact it had on her life. Maria was speechless upon hearing the request. "He wants to talk to me again?" she asked, incredulous. The interview was scheduled to take place at the restaurant, and Maria couldn't hide her nervousness. When Elon Musk arrived, accompanied by a small filming crew, the atmosphere fell silent once again. But this time, Maria felt something different. It wasn't just nervousness. It was a mix of gratitude and a desire to share her story. During the conversation, Elon made a point to highlight why he chose to leave such a generous gesture. "I realized that you weren't just doing your job. You really cared about people, and that is something rare. I wanted to give back in some way," he explained with a calm smile. Maria, moved, shared how the gesture had impacted her life. She spoke about how she would use the money to pay off debts, ensure a better life for Pedro, and, if possible, help others in difficult situations. Her words were sincere, and everyone present felt the emotional weight of her story. But the most emotional moment came when Elon surprised everyone again. At the end of the interview, he made a new announcement. "In addition to the tip, I would like to offer something more for you and your family. I have a program to support small businesses and would like to help you start something of your own, if that is your dream." The entire restaurant erupted in applause. Maria was left speechless, but her tears of joy said it all. She never imagined she would have the chance to completely change her life one day. For her, Elon Musk's gesture was not just a gift, it was an opportunity to rewrite her story. Despite the initial joy, Elon Musk's gesture and the attention Maria received began to bring unexpected challenges. Not everyone around her shared the same happiness. At the restaurant, some co-workers began to look at her differently. Whispers and malicious comments started to emerge among the staff. A colleague, visibly upset, commented, "Why did she get so lucky? I've been working here for years and never received anything even remotely similar." Anna, who had always been Maria's closest friend at the restaurant, tried to defend the waitress. "She deserved it. You know how hard she works and how dedicated she is to the customers." But not everyone agreed. These comments began to weigh on Maria. She noticed the judging looks and conversations stopping abruptly when she entered a room. At the same time, the news of Elon Musk's gesture had spread so much that unfamiliar people began to appear at the restaurant, trying to approach her. Some came to ask for financial help, while others came out of mere curiosity. Maria felt torn. On one hand, she wanted to seize the unique opportunity she received and transform her life for the better. On the other, she felt guilty for receiving something so grand, while knowing that other people around her were also facing difficulties. This guilt began to affect her confidence, and she started to wonder if she truly deserved it. One night, while reviewing her accounts and planning her next steps, she received an unexpected message from an unknown number. The message said, "You were lucky this time, but not everyone is happy about it. Be careful who you trust." Maria was scared. Who could be trying to intimidate her? The following days brought more challenges. A frequent customer of the restaurant, who had always been friendly, made a comment that made her uncomfortable. "You were lucky, but you need to remember that luck doesn't last forever. Be careful not to lose everything." These words echoed in Maria's mind. Despite these conflicts, Maria did not give up on her plans. She decided to seek advice from an accountant to manage the money in the best way possible and avoid any mistakes. Additionally, she began to seriously consider Elon Musk's offer to help her open a small business. This idea, while exciting, also brought fear of the unknown. Meanwhile, Pedro, her son, began to feel the effects of the changes at home. He noticed that his mother was busier and a little more worried than before. "Mommy, why are you sad if you got that money?" he asked, with his characteristic innocence. These words were a powerful reminder for Maria that above all, she needed to stay strong and focused on what truly mattered, her son's future. Over time, Maria found support in people who truly cared about her. Anna continued to stand by her, defending her whenever necessary and offering advice. Furthermore, Elon Musk himself got in touch again to see how she was progressing. During this conversation, he encouraged her not to be swayed by criticism and to focus on what she could build from that opportunity. Maria, there will always be people who will try to diminish your achievements. The important thing is not to let that define who you are. Use this chance to build something meaningful for yourself and for those around you, Elon said. These words renewed her confidence and gave her the motivation she needed to move forward. Maria realized that, despite the conflicts and challenges, Elon Musk's gesture was more than a financial gift. It was a lesson about perseverance, resilience, and the importance of believing in herself, even when others doubt. After weeks of challenges and reflections, Maria decided to turn the entire experience into a new journey for her life. She accepted Elon Musk's offer and began planning to open a small cafe in the city, a place that could not only ensure her and Pedro's livelihood, but also give back to the world the kindness she received. Maria used part of the money to pay off her debts and secure financial stability. With Elon's support program, she received guidance on how to start and manage a business. This support was essential for her to overcome the fear of the unknown and take the first step toward her dream. Maria's cafe opened its doors on a sunny morning, named Hope Cafe. The name represented exactly what she felt upon receiving Elon Musk's unexpected help, a new chance and the inspiration to believe that the future could be different. The place quickly became popular, both for its welcoming atmosphere and for Maria's charisma, who made a point of treating each customer as unique, just as she had always done at the restaurant where she began her journey. Pedro, her son, also became an important part of this new chapter. He loved helping at the cafe, even if it was just setting up tables or drawing hearts on disposable cups for the customers. "This is to show people that Mommy and I want them to be happy," he would say, with a smile on his face. Over time, the success of Hope Cafe began to attract attention. Maria's story was highlighted in local newspapers and even on television programs. People from all over came to the cafe, not only to enjoy the coffee and delicious pastries, but to hear her inspiring story. But more than financial success, what truly filled Maria's heart was the chance to help others. She began to employ young people facing financial difficulties, offering them not just jobs, but also support and motivation to move forward. Maria knew better than anyone what it was like to struggle against adversity, and she wanted to be the person who extended a hand, just as Elon had done for her. On a special occasion, Elon Musk made a surprise visit to the cafe. He entered discreetly, as he always did, but was quickly recognized by the customers. Maria, emotional, welcomed him with a sincere hug. "You changed my life," she said with tears in her eyes. Elon smiled and replied, "You changed your own life, Maria. I just gave you the first push." That visit was more than a moment of recognition. It was a powerful reminder of how an act of kindness can multiply. Elon was impressed to see how Maria transformed her opportunity into something much greater, impacting the lives of so many others around her. That same day, as she finished another shift at the cafe, Maria reflected on how much her life had changed in such a short time. From the simple restaurant where she served tables to the cozy cafe that was now her greatest achievement, she realized that every step of this journey had a purpose. Before heading home, Maria looked at the last message written by Elon Musk on the back of the check left at the restaurant. "Never underestimate the impact you have on people." Those words, which meant so much at that moment, were now a mantra she carried with her every day. And so, Maria's life became an example of how acts of kindness can transform lives in unimaginable ways. From waitress to businesswoman, from fighter to inspiration, she proved that with resilience and support, even the most distant dreams can come true. And now, pause for a moment and reflect. How can a simple act of kindness transform not just one person's life, but also everyone around them? The story of Maria and Elon Musk reminds us that, regardless of who we are or the position we hold, we have the ability to positively impact the world. It's not just about money, but about attitudes, words, and gestures that can bring hope to those in need. And you? What would you do if you were in Maria's place? And in Elon Musk's place? Are we attentive to the daily opportunities to be kind and generous to those who cross our path? Sometimes, what seems small to us can be gigantic for others. Leave a comment sharing your thoughts on this story. How did it inspire you? Share your ideas and experiences with us. And of course, if this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell so you don't miss more inspiring stories like this one, and more. Share this video with your friends and family. Who knows, this message of hope and generosity might reach someone who needs to hear it today. After all, the world can always be a better place when we spread inspiring stories like this. Remember, never underestimate the impact you have on people. Be a light in someone's life, just as Elon Musk was for Maria, and as Maria became for everyone around her. And so we conclude this touching story, which shows us how generosity and kindness have the power to change lives in profound and unexpected ways. Maria could have just been another waitress on a regular day, but Elon Musk's unexpected gesture transformed her life forever. More than that, this story teaches us that each of us can be a catalyst for change, regardless of the resources we have. Maybe you don't have billions of dollars like Elon Musk, but what you have in your hands may be enough to bring hope and joy to someone. Whether it's a smile, a word of encouragement, or even a small act of kindness, greatness is not in the size of the gesture, but in the impact it creates. If this story touched your heart, remember that you can also be part of this chain of good. Spread this message, inspire others, and never underestimate the power of your actions. Small seeds planted today can yield unimaginable fruits tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching this video to the end. Don't forget to like, comment, and share so that more people can know this inspiring story. And remember to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive more content like this. Until the next video, and remember, your attitude can be the difference someone needs. Make a difference today.